Alright, hopefully that works. Just 1 second before I start this whole thing up here. Whoa, whoa. Coughing up a storm, I guess, before the game starts. And alright, let's do this thing. Alright, orange and blue and orange for the Oilers. White, a little bit of green, and a little bit of blue for the Canucks. Alright, let's do this thing. And there's Steven Stamkos of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Welcome everyone to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Rogers Place. We got a Canadian matchup here in the Western Conference between the Canucks and Oilers here in Edmonton. Face-offs here. It's Connor McDavid, Vander Kane, and Hyman for the Oilers, and for the Canucks, Pedersen, Miller, and I believe Brock Besser. Kane, Bouchard, Connor McDavid, best player in the world. McDavid, a shot saved by Demko, and he has seen onto it. An early quick shoulder save by Thatcher Demko of the Canucks, but hanging on to that one. Yes, Miller, Pedersen, and Besser for the Canucks, and it's Kane, McDavid, and Hyman for the Oilers. Nurse to Kane. Kane, McDavid, a backhand. Oh, two nice saves by Thatcher Demko. Bouchard. Nurse's shot tipped. Oh, and it didn't get through. Myers to Miller. JT Miller. Big time hit by Vander Kane. Pedersen to Besser. Brock Besser. Besser, nice hit. There now Nurse. Nurse up to Vander Kane. Kane with the puck. Kane to McDavid. Nice take by Miller. Oilers got it back though. Bouchard, McDavid, Connor McDavid, big hit to McDavid. Hyman's shot stopped by Demko, and he hangs on. Good chances early on for the Oilers. Not solved. Fletcher, Demko. Bo Horvat, Mikheyev, and Gorlin against Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto. Quinn Hughes is bumped. Leon Draisaitl. Nurse. Nugent Hopkins in a block in front. Yamamoto to Hopkins, but a better save. Another save by Thatcher Demko. Hughes to Garland. Connor Garland. Garland lost it. It was Draisaitl. Yeah, he lost it. Hughes to Mikheyev. Ilya Mikheyev, former Toronto Maple Leaf. Mikheyev tied up around the boards. Kicked over to Horvat. Horvat to Hughes. Ball Horvat streaked in, and a save by Campbell. Mikheyev can't get a shot away. Keller Yamamoto, nice hit, Quinn Hughes. Myers, bumped by Draisaitl. Over to Garland. Garland to Bo Horvat. Puck's over to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl. Nurse. Warren Foegele. He lost the puck. Evan Bouchard. Dumps it down the ice, and that's going to be icing on the Oilers with 14:24 left in the first, no score. Alright, again, Horvat's line against Derek Ryan. Shots are 7-1 for the Oilers, but they just cannot beat the... Oh, nice steal by the Oilers. Here's a 3-on-2. Warren Foegele. And good stick work with the Canuck defense. Foegele. Podkolzin has it now. Podkolzin to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko to Ethan Bear. Big hit on Ethan Bear. Kuzmenko, nothing there. 3-on-1. Warren Foegele. Jesse Puljujarvi, and a save by Thatcher Demko. And a 3-on-1 chance the Oilers cannot capitalize. And a nice stop by Demko. It's like the fourth line of the Canucks are on right now. Face-off won by the Oilers. Barry. Hit on Barry. Pearson over to Holdlander. Niles Holdlander. Tanner Pearson. And it's blocked by Tyson Barry. Derek Ryan has it. Ryan. Puljujarvi. Jesse Puljujarvi and a save by Demko. Puljujarvi. Foegele. Another nice save by Demko. Shen. Pat Dearson, and no, lost it. Tied around the boards. Tanner Pearson. Ryan Murray, Derek Ryan. Ryan to Hyman. Zach Hyman, former Toronto Maple Leaf. Hyman the shot. No, good box out by the Vancouver defense. Big hit on Elias Pettersson. Travis Dermott. Luke Shen. Luke Shen. Hit on Shen there. Picked up by Connor McDavid. McDavid to Hyman. Zach Hyman to Evander Kane. Kane on the blue line. Evander Kane. Brock Besser. Oh, Kane was shot, but a better save by Demko. Vermont to JT Miller. Miller, Pettersson. Miller, shot, save, rebound. There's no rebound. Good D by Ryan Murray. And Shore dumps it down for the Oilers. Myers, bumped by McDavid. Devin Shore. Shore to McDavid. McDavid to Ceci. Ceci to Murray. McDavid. McDavid shot blocked. Shore to McDavid. McDavid. Joel Martin, a save by Demko. He'll hang on to it. 8:22 left in the first. No score. Thanks to the good goaltending of the Vancouver Canuck goaltender Thatcher Demko. Shots are 12-2 for the Oilers. McLeod against Bo Horvat's line. Face-off won by Horvat. Tyler Myers to Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev to Horvat. Horvat lost it. Nurse to Shore. Shore going up the ice here. Shore to Jalmark. Matthias Jalmark, former Vegas Golden Knight, lost the puck. Bo Horvat. Horvat, Garland to Myers. Ilya Mikheyev, Connor Garland. Garland to Horvat. Horvat the shot. Save Campbell. Nurse. Shore. Still with it. Shore to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins, McLeod. Mikheyev. Mikheyev to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes, the moves, but no, lost it. Bouchard. Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins lost it. Turn up the volume here a little bit. Ethan Bear. Ethan Bear still with it somehow. Ethan Bear the shot and a save by Campbell. Maktozen and a save by Campbell. And he'll have to hang on to 5:18 left to go in the first, no score. Due to the good jobs of Thatcher Demko and former Toronto Maple Leaf Jack Campbell. Lazar against Draisaitl here. Face-off won by Draisaitl. Ryan Murray. I saved a goal earlier if he didn't have a good box out there. And off the skate goes that pass. Bear. Kuzmenko to Lazar. Curtis Lazon. Podkolzin. Lazon. Podkolzin scores! Podkolzin puts it home. Podkolzin through the 5-hole. Jack Campbell and Podkolzin has just given the Canucks a 1-0 lead here. Ilya Podkolzin unassisted. Ilya Podkolzin makes a 1-0 Vancouver. That's a big goal. Brock Besser, but a better save by Campbell. So Ilya Podkolzin with that first goal for Vancouver. 5-hole wide open and everything. He just puts it through there. An easy goal for a young man named Ilya Podkolzin. Face-off won by Pettersson. Besser, Bear, bumped. Edwin Larson, Besser, and he's knocked down. Hyman, tied up around the boards. By Miller, here's Evander Kane for the Oilers. Evander Kane, oh nice, hit by Edwin Larson. David ties him up. Evander Kane on the moves. Oh, nice save by Demko, and Hyman the rebound, another save by Demko. Two nice saves again by Thatcher Demko to keep the game 1-0 for Vancouver for his team. Thanks to that goal by Ilya Podkolzin. CC and a save again by Demko. And he has to hang on to it. So yes, Thatcher Demko and Ilya Podkolzin's goal is why Vancouver currently right now is winning this game. Draisaitl against Pettersson's line. 5-5 for the face-offs. Make that 6-5 for the Oilers. Nurse off his own man. Pettersson tied up around the boards. Kicked over there to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes, the older brother of Jack Hughes, who plays the Devils. Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, former Red Deer Rebel. And a big save by the glove of Demko on Leon Draisaitl. Brilliant glove save by Thatcher Demko, showing some moves with the glove hand. Reminded me of a save made in the World Juniors that happened in Nova Scotia, Canada, where I live, last month. Face-off won there by the by the Oilers. Oh, down goes Hopkins. Here's Bo Horvat, the captain. Horvat, big shot by Garland, blocked. Oh, it almost went through. Good job that Stick Campbell was there. Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Nurse. Bouchard. Yamamoto. Oh, man, he got drilled. Hughes to Mikheyev. He's got 4 seconds. Ilya Mikheyev. Nope, boxed out. Now end the first period here in Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. 1-0 Vancouver Canucks after 1. The goal by Celia Podkolzin is what the game's at right now. This one right here. Nice shot that was by Podkolzin, the young man. Number 92 for the Canucks. Shots after the first are 16-8. Right now for the Edmonton Oilers, and hits are 13-10 for the Oilers. Which is very interesting. Vancouver does throw the body a lot, but so does the Oilers. Time of attack more favoring the Oilers, same with passing. But face-offs are 6-6 right now. So Celia Podkolzin, the 21-year-old from Vancouver, has the first goal of the game. And we're heading to the second at 1-0 Vancouver here in Edmonton. Again, top lines out for each team, McDavid against Pettersson. Face-off won by the Oilers. Bouchard. Hyman. Zach Hyman the shot, and a better stop by Demko. Kane. McDavid on, he's stopped by Demko. Another brilliant save, Thatcher Demko. Thatcher Demko again robbing Connor McDavid of another goal here. Face-off won by the Canucks here. Myers to Hughes. Hughes over to Besser. Besser in his own zone, gives to Pettersson. Elias Pettersson, or Elias, whatever you want to call him. It's either Elias or Elias, depending on where you're from. Bouchard and Kane were bumped. Nurse, Hyman, lost the puck, picked up by JT Miller. Big hit on JT Miller. He lost his helmet, too. Oh, stolen by Pettersson. Elias Pettersson. Besser scores! Brock Besser makes it 2-0 for the Vancouver Canucks from a nice pass by Elias Pettersson, and he fires it right over the glove hand of Jack Campbell to give the Canucks a 2-0 lead here in the second period. Brock Besser's first of the year with the assist to Elias Pettersson. 2-0 Canucks. Kulak, oh, and he's nailed Hughes right now with it. Quinn Hughes, Bo Horvat, the captain. Horvat still with it. Horvat to Mikheyev, he's bumped. Ilya Mikheyev and Tyler Myers might have to pick that one up outside the blue line. Myers kicks it down, picked up by Kulak. Brett Kulak. Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and my controller batters are wrong. Yamamoto, and a save by Demko. Yes, hang on to it. So 2-0 Vancouver. A goal near the end of the first period made it 1-0 by Celia Podkolzin, and a goal in the first couple minutes of the second by by Brock Besser. That's why it's 2-0 Vancouver. Quinn Hughes. Still with it here somehow. Hughes to Mikheyev. And there's going to be a penalty here called on the Oilers. There's going to be a slashing call being called to Keller Yamamoto. And that's going to send Vancouver to the power play here in the second period. It could be 3-0 maybe here for Vancouver. Who knows? Yamamoto's going to go off for a slash right on that arm of Ilya Mikheyev. Vancouver throws out Horvat, Kuzmenko, Mikheyev, and the Oilers throw out Ryan McLeod. Tanner Pearson and Ekman Larson are your defensemen for the power play for the Canucks. And the good hit there will send the puck over to Derek Ryan. Ryan McLeod here, and no, he lost it. Pearson, Mikheyev. Makayev to Kuzmenko. Andrei Kuzmenko. Bo Horvat. Horvat shot and a save by Campbell. Rebound scores! Andrei Kuzmenko scores. It is 3-0 Vancouver off of a power play goal by Andrei Kuzmenko. Andrei Kuzmenko. What goal by Kuzmenko. That's his first ever NHL goal for the young man. What a goal it was for Andrei Kuzmenko. It is now 3-0 Vancouver. His name's technically Andrei Kuzmenko, but it's how I say it. So Kuzmenko from Horvat Makayev on the power play. 3-0 Vancouver. Makayev has stopped by Campbell. Oh no, almost got tipped home by Horvat, so almost made it 4-0. Makayev to steal. McDavid to Bouchard. Evan Bouchard. Saved by the blocker of Demko. Baird. Baird to Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson to Horvat. Bo Horvat, who had the assist on the third goal, who was scored by... Oh, Kuzmenko and a save by Campbell. Bouchard. Kane. Vander Kane. Kane. Hyman. Stolen by Pearson. The Oilers having some sloppy plays here in the second period. It's costing them. And here comes Ethan Bear. Bear on the attack and stopped by Campbell. Vander Kane. Shot by McDavid. Better save, Demko. There's Andrei Kuzmenko. Scored his first ever National Hockey League goal on a power play that made it 3-0 Vancouver here in the second period. Due to a penalty to Kelly Yamamoto and a stop there by Demko. Quinn Hughes tied up here. Hughes to Besser. Besser. Pedersen. Pedersen. Miller. Bump to Miller there. Draisaitl. Houston Hopkins. Picked up by Hughes. Draisaitl. Here's Leon Draisaitl. No, and he lost it. Brett Kulak. Kulak. Houston Hopkins. Lost it. Oh, Myers. Hughes. Miller. Besser. And he lost it. Barry to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins. Pedersen. Kulak. No, Pedersen again. Oh, no, Kulak stole it. Brett Kulak and Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins. Yamamoto. Keller Yamamoto. He lost it. Myers. Hughes. Quinn Hughes. 10 minutes to go in the second period. 3-0 Vancouver. With 1 goal in the first and 2 here in the second, including a power play goal. Brock Besser lost it. Here comes Kulak. Brett Kulak will just dump it down. Picked up by Andrei Kuzmenko, who scored his first ever NHL goal in this game. Oh, and good reflexes there by Demko. Elias Pettersson, former Rookie of the Year winner. Pettersson. Oh, Podkolzin a save though, on by Jack Campbell on Celia Podkolzin. Almost had a second of the game there. Jack Campbell's made 12 saves on 15 shots. Derek Ryan. McDavid and scores! Connor McDavid posts it home. It's now 3-1. This place here in Edmonton's all crazy due to their captain scoring a goal. The best player in the world, Connor McDavid, is first of the year. Assist go to Hyman and Vander Kane. Or actually, Vander Kane and Zach Hyman. But look out, here comes Vancouver. Kuzmenko and a save by Campbell. Connor McDavid, the best hockey player in the world, makes it a 3-1 game. 12-9 are the face-offs of Vancouver, make that 12-10. Ryan Murray, Murray to Kane. And the Oilers get some more goals on the board, who knows? Hyman is bumped. Luke Shen, Travis Vermont, Curtis Lazar. 7 minutes here to go in the second. 3-1 Vancouver and a save by Campbell. Kuzmenko, Lazar. Podkolzin scores! Celia Podkolzin with a second of the game makes it now a 4-1 lead for the Canucks. Celia Podkolzin smokes one near the top corner to make it 4-1 Canucks. Celia Bakkoza, second of the game. Assists go to Chris Lazant and Andrei Kuzmenko. Or Andrei Kuzmenko. Shen to Horvat. Horvat lost it. Nugent Hopkins. Cece. Cece, big hit on Cody Cece. Murray. Ryan Murray. Tied up around the boards. Murray, Dermott. Travis Dermott. Dermott. Makayev. Shin. Shin. Travis Dermott. Ilya Makayev. Makayev. Lost it. Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl. No, nothing. Draisaitl. Oh, no, and a stop there by Demko. Mont to Horvat. Makayev. Ilya Makayev. Big hit on Makayev by Nurse. Bouchard. Fogle. Warren Fogle. Blocked in front by Shen. Fogle. Pulviarvi. Pulviarvi. Bouchard, a save by Demko. He has to hang on to it. Here's Celia Bakkoza. He has 2 goals here in the second in this game. He had one in the first, one in the second. That's why it's 4-1 Vancouver. They're capitalizing off the mistakes of the Oilers. Pulviarvi. Nurse to Fogle. Pulviarvi. And he lost it. Here come the Canucks again. Tanner Pearson. Pearson. Tanner Pearson. Oh, Holtlander, but a save by Campbell. Reasons why Vancouver right now is up 4-1 while they're making opportunities out of the Oilers' mistakes. They're also getting some very efficient shots on goal, and Thatcher Demko's played very well in goal for the Canucks as well when he's tested. Nurse to Pulviarvi. Here comes Jesse Pulviarvi. A save by Demko. He comes flying out of his crease to make the save. Crazy save by Thatcher Demko. Top line of the Oilers against the bottom line for Canucks. Pat Dearson against McDavid here. Face-off won by Pat Dearson. Bear, former Oiler. Oh man, a big hit to someone there. McDavid, a save by the shoulder. Demko, another save again by Thatcher Demko. Can any of the Edmonton Oilers stop Thatcher Demko's brilliant night? I don't think so. He's playing good in the net. 1:41 left in the second. 4-1 Canucks. Face-off one. Bouchard. McDavid. Oh, he lost it. What a steal by Pettersson. Elias Pettersson with a big steal. No, McDavid got it right back. Connor McDavid. Zach Hyman. Saved by Demko. Now we have less than a minute to go in the second. Still 4-1 Canucks. Face-offs 14-13 for Vancouver. Pettersson against McDavid. Face-off won by McDavid. Block in front. Kane can't get a shot away. Ethan Bear. Bear. Edwin Larson. Besser. Brock Besser has won the goals for Vancouver. Besser. Pettersson save. Campbell. Zach Hyman kind of around the boards. Kick down over to Besser. Brock Besser. JT Miller with 3 seconds. Miller. Big hit on Miller to end the period right there. That's the end of the second. 4-1 Vancouver Canucks. 3 goals in the second period by Vancouver. It's been the Vancouver Canucks show here. And so far, 2 of the goals in this game for Vancouver have come from Celia Bakkoza. So the young players of Vancouver are doing very well as we head to the third period. 3 of the 4 goals for Vancouver have been scored by 2 players that are 21 or 22. Or should say 21 and 22. That's really good for Vancouver. They want to get their young players playing well. Oh my God, Hyman got murdered. Spin move. Oh, and a save by Demko, but we're going to get a penalty. And an elbowing call coming out to Brock Besser. I mean, he nailed Zach Hyman. Now this is a big chance for the Oilers to come back into this game. Their power play the last 3 seasons in the NHL. The Oilers, except for last season, have had the #1 ranked power play in the league. Last year, it was the Toronto Maple Leafs that had the #1 power play. But a good kill here for Vancouver would be perfect. Kane to Keller Yamamoto. Tyson Barrie. Barrie. Nugent Hopkins scores through the pads of Thatcher Demko. It's a 4-2 game thanks to a power play goal by the Nuge, Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Went right off the pad of Demko in. Ryan Nugent Hopkins first year on the power play from Barrie and Yamamoto. Ooh, what a big hit there. Myers tied up around the boards. Draisaitl has it. Nugent Hopkins on another penalty coming up to Vancouver here. I see it bright as day. It was a slash. Yamamoto. And steal, and that's going to be another penalty to the Canucks. This time a slashing call. Thrown out to Quinn Hughes. Hughes for a slash. I think it was on Draisaitl that he slashed. No, it was Yamamoto that he slashed. So again, the Oilers back to the power play. This time they throw out McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman with Kane and Barrie. Face off won by the Canucks. Ekman Larson, Bo Horvat. And Horvat's going to bounce it off the boards and into the bench. 18 minutes to go in the third period. It is a 4-2 game for the Canucks. They scored 3 in the second period. Hits are 24-23, so this has been a very hard-hitting game here in Edmonton. Myers will just easily dump that thing down. Barrie to McDavid. Here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid in. Oh, and he lost control. And a good dump by Horvat. Minute 30 to go in the power play. Kane and Draisaitl and Hyman. Zach Hyman up ice. Hyman. McDavid! No, and a good save by Demko. Throws the puck again down to the zone. Oh, big yawn. Hyman splits defense. Saved by the pad of Demko. McDavid, Kane, Barrie, Kane. Hyman save again by Demko. Might have to hang on to it. More nice saves by Thatcher Demko. He's definitely playing a good game tonight. Shots are 35-20 for the Oilers, and they only have 2 goals. One of them was a power play goal. Base on one by Nugent Hopkins. Yamamoto, big shot blocked in front by Shen. And Tanner Pearson will lump it down. 45 seconds left the power play. Nurse to Yamamoto to Puljujarvi. Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins scores! Ryan Nugent Hopkins' second power play goal of the game. It is now 4-3 for Vancouver. Thanks to Ryan Nugent Hopkins. The Nuge makes it 4-3 here. Lots of time left in the game. Nugent Hopkins second of the game from Yamamoto and Puljujarvi. Big goal that was by Nugent Hopkins. Bo Horvat! Oh, and Mikheyev can't put it home. Barrie. Yamamoto. Dump there. Ethan Bear. Mikheyev. Horvat. 3 gone. Connor Garland. Garland can't get anything there. Leon Draisaitl has a breakaway. Draisaitl. Too much moves. Draisaitl. Kulak. Draisaitl. Barrie. Draisaitl. Kulak. Barrie. Draisaitl. Barrie. Leon. No. Yamamoto couldn't get the pass there. Ilya Mikheyev. Lost the puck. Kulak. Draisaitl. Oh, and a big hit to Draisaitl. Elias Pettersson. Pettersson still hit, and it's saved by Campbell. Fans are getting into it big time now thanks to that goal by Nugent Hopkins. Evander Kane spinning. And no, can't do anything there. Brock Besser. Who is hit? Tyson Barrie. McDavid. No, nothing. McDavid. Oh, and a big hit at Connor McDavid. A big hit to Kane. After Larson and Pettersson. Elias Pettersson. Besser. Nothing. McDavid to Hyman. Zach Hyman, 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Oh, big hit on Hyman. Pedersen. Besser. Big hit there to Besser. JT Miller with that no contest. Myers. Pedersen. Ekman Larson. Pedersen. Puck-Colson and a save by Campbell. Koviarvi. Miller. Pedersen. Nope, stolen by Nurse. Campbell over to Nurse. Fogle. Nice bump by Pedersen. Stolen by Quinn Hughes. Here's Quinn Hughes of the Canucks. Puck-Colson. Myers. Oh, Mikheyev just got robbed by Jeff Campbell. All right, upcoming games for the Oilers. They have 3 more home games. You gotta play their fierce rival in the Flames. Next, and they play the Buffalo Sabres and the Carolina Hurricanes. All 3 are at home. Koviarvi bumped. Curtis Lazar. Kuzmenko. Oh, save, rebound. Oh, what a 10-bell save by the glove of Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell now across big time to make a big save that might have saved this game for his team if they can come back. Horvat against Ryan here. Face-off won by the Oilers. Koviarvi. Derek Ryan has room. Ryan to Fogle. No, big hit by Bo Horvat. Mikheyev skating down ice. Mikheyev. No shot off there. Nurse. Ryan. Bump there. Quinn Hughes, Bo Horvat. The captain, Bo Horvat. Mikheyev save Campbell. Quinn Hughes. And picked up by Jolmark. Matthias Jolmark. Nurse. Ryan. Shore. Devin Shore, the shot saved by Demko. There's 6:55 left in the third period. 4-3 lead for Vancouver. They're up 4-1 to start the third. But 2 power play goals by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins made it pretty close. Cloud against Patterson. Face-off won by the Oilers. Bouchard blocked in front with a shot. Tanner Pearson. Pearson to Patterson. McLeod stole it. Here come the Oilers. Devin Shore. McLeod. Save Demko. Jolmark. Shen kicked the puck. So game over to Travis Dermott, who's getting neutralized there by Shore. McLeod. Ryan McLeod. No. McLeod. Huge. Shore saved Demko off the shoulder. And now Hoglander has it. Less than 5 to go in the third. We're in the final 5. Shot save on Peterson. Well, I think that was Patterson. Nugent-Hopkins, Yamamoto. Keller Yamamoto. No, Nuge can't capitalize for that pass. Hit there. Shen. Luke Shen. Skating up ice. Shed. Murray. Yamamoto. Dryside. Yamamoto, oh, a nice save by Demko to keep this a 1-goal game. Shen. Luke Shen. Quinn Hughes. Probably best defenseman on Vancouver when it comes to offense. Brock Besser, but a save by Campbell. Ever since the 4th goal of Vancouver went in, which happened in the second period, Jack Campbell's played really well. In goal for the Oilers. Like I said earlier, he was a former goaltender of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but he left in the offseason. Face-off won there by the Canucks, or by the Oilers. Vander Kane up ice. Kane with about 2 minutes to go in the third period. Oh, stolen. Brock Besser has it. Besser has won the goals tonight. Stolen. Vander Kane with it now. Kane to McDavid. Connor McDavid. No, a steal back to Larson. No, they got the puck back. McDavid. Save Demko. And he has to get onto it with a minute and 16 to go in the third period. Can the Oilers tie the game? Who knows? Hits are 32-27 Vancouver. Surprised they have not pulled Campbell yet for the Oilers. Face-off won by Elias Pettersson. Hyman the backhand, save Demko. With 1:03 left in the game, he has to hang on to the puck. The Oilers score, and then the third period ends, we go to overtime. If there's no one scores until the end of the game, then the Canucks win. Face-off won by Vancouver again. Bear. Ethan Bear. Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson. Larson. No, Yamamoto the steal. Darnell Nurse. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins. Oh, the puck stolen. No, wait, never mind. The puck's getting a big time fight for the puck. Connor McDavid. No, he lost it. Never mind. Bouchard. Bouchard. McDavid. Good stick by Ekman Larson. Nugent-Hopkins. Draisaitl. Nugent-Hopkins. Scores! Keller. Yamamoto. And the game is tied at 4. Keller, Yamamoto, side of the net, scored it. We are tied at 4 now in the third period. Big goal with less than 30 seconds to go by Keller Yamamoto. Nugent-Hopkins and Draisaitl. McDavid lost the puck. Back to Larson to Bear. Bear to Horvat. 18 seconds to go. Connor Garland. Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev saved by the shoulder of Campbell. Garland. Bear, the shot saved Campbell. 6 seconds to go. Here's McDavid. Connor McDavid. McDavid saved the glove of Demko. And with 0.4 seconds, they had to hang on to it. Looks like we're going to go to overtime here. And the face-off's won, and that's going to end the third. We're going to overtime. 2 power play goals by Nugent-Hopkins and a Keller Yamamoto tying goal in the third period. What a third by the Oilers. Come back and tie the game, but here we go. Who's going to be a hero tonight in overtime? It's Pettersson, Miller, and Hughes against McDavid and Draisaitl and Nurse. Face-off won by the Canucks. JT Miller, Elias Pettersson. Oh, and a save, Campbell. But you got to get back. Here's a 2-on-1. Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Connor McDavid. Oh, and a save, Demko. McDavid. Bouchard. Draisaitl. Off the player and out of play. If no one scores in overtime, we have to go to a shootout. Draisaitl against Pettersson. Face-off won by Draisaitl. Bouchard off the post! Scores! Leon Draisaitl, the overtime winner. And the Edmonton Oilers came back and win the game in overtime, 5-4. Leon Draisaitl, the Art Ross Trophy winner 2 seasons ago, wins the game in overtime for the Edmonton Oilers. A close angle shot by Leon Draisaitl wins the game for the Oilers. And it was for them here on home ice. What a win for the Oilers. A huge win for them. Came back from 4-1 down to tie the game and win it in overtime. Leon Draisaitl overtime winner. Shot by Draisaitl too. Third starter game, Leon Draisaitl, goal, assist, and a hit. Of course, he had the game-winning goal in overtime. Second of the set start, Keller Yamamoto, goal and his 2 assists. He had the tying goal. And the number 1 star of the game, who else? But Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the Oilers, 2 goals, 1 assist, and 2 hits. He had 2 power play goals in this game. So a huge win in overtime for the Oilers, coming back from 4-1 down. As we move on to this week here, we got some games here to go through. Let's see who plays. In these games, we'll have, let's just see here. We will have the new-look Ottawa Senators, who have brought in Claude Giroux in the offseason, and they traded for Alex DeBrincat right before the NHL draft. Two brilliant players for the Senators. And, of course, they also acquired Cam Talbot from the Minnesota Wild for goaltending. And the Buffalo Sabres, they have their first overall pick from last draft, Owen Power, about to play. And, of course, they have their star defenseman, Rasmus Dahlin, and breakout star Tage Thompson about to play at home in Buffalo at T-Bank Center. We have a big-time battle here, a rivalry game a little bit here. The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche will head to Calgary to the Scotiabank Saddledome to take on the new-look Calgary Flames as they lost both of their stars from last season, and Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk. Johnny's over in Columbus and Tkachuk's in Florida. They picked up Jonathan Huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar in the trade for Matthew Tkachuk, and they signed Nazem Kadri in the offseason to bring in some star power. We will have the Seattle Kraken, the Unkraken. They'll be facing off against the Los Angeles Titans in Los Angeles at Crypto.com Arena. They lost their game against the Vegas Golden Knights, but they could definitely use a nice bounce back against the Seattle Kraken. The Minnesota Wild ended up playing the Rangers. The Rangers will head to Minnesota at the Consol Energy Center in downtown St. Paul as the Minnesota Wild get ready for their first full season with goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury, which they traded for in the trade deadline last season. The Wild were bounced in the first round last year to the St. Louis Blues. The question is, can they go back to the playoffs and maybe go further than the first round? And of course, the Wild have their star, Kirill Kaprizov, playing for them again. We got a big rivalry game. These two teams absolutely hate each other. The Dallas Stars, with a big-time young goaltender, Jake Ottinger, who had a great first-round series against the Calgary Flames, even though they lost in 7 games. They're playing against the Nashville Predators, who had to play a couple of games overseas. And I believe Finland, if I remember correctly, is where they had to play in. Finland or Sweden. They had to play a couple games, international games, against the San Jose Sharks. Question is, and we're playing in one of the hardest arenas to play in the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Let's see who's going to win that one. The New York Islanders are set to play their first home opener game in their new arena at UBS Arena. They used to play at the Memorial Coliseum and Barclays Center while this arena was being built. It was finished last season, but this will be their first full season at UBS Arena. And this will be the first season after the Florida Panthers won the President's Trophy last year. And they also won their first ever playoff series since 1996 last season against the Washington Capitals. Question is, can Florida, with the new star, Matthew Tkachuk, can they make the playoffs once again and maybe go farther than the second round? The New York Islanders missed the playoffs last season. They had a tough season filled with injuries and COVID problems. But with a really good goaltending tandem with Ilya Sorokin and Semyon Varlamov, a good defensive core, can the New York Islanders find some youth in their prospect pool and help them maybe go back to the playoffs when they're such a dangerous team with a new coach, of course? The Philadelphia Flyers start a brand new season with a new-looking team due to them trading Captain Claude Giroux in the trade deadline last season and losing some key acquisitions. And of course, they might not be without their new signee defenseman from last season, Ryan Ellis, due to him still being injured. Of course, they'll still have some good players in Sean Couturier and the Pigeon, James Villar, and Travis Konechny. Of course, they also have their new head coach, and John Tortorella. They're facing a young Devils team that's looking hungry to make the playoffs. They had an okay season last season, but they ended up getting the second overall pick in the draft last season. They used it on defenseman Simon Necek. The question is, with this Devils team, they have a lot of young players, and could we see them also get a huge lift up from from their defensive core. Both teams also have young goaltenders, and both Vitek Vanacek, Mackenzie Weeder for the Devils, and for the Flyers, it's Tyler Hart and Felix Sandstrom. The Pittsburgh Penguins will open up their next season against the Arizona Coyotes. Arizona will be on a big long stretch of a road trip because their arena that they're playing in, Mullet Arena, which is a college arena for their Arizona State hockey team, it won't be done until November. Or later this month, actually, I think. Anyway, you're playing a Penguins team that has made the playoffs for every year since 2000. I believe they have the record currently right now for longest streak right now for any team in sports right now for their playoff streak. Currently right now they have 16 straight seasons that they've made the playoffs, but they haven't made it past the first round since 2018. Last time they made the second round was 2018, where they were bounced by the eventual cup-winning Washington Capitals. Since then, they've lost the Islanders twice, the Montreal Canadiens, and last season they lost 7 games to the New York Rangers, even though they're up in the series 3-1. Penguins made some moves in the offseason. The question is, what will Pittsburgh do this year? And for the Arizona Coyotes, they had the 3rd overall pick in the draft last year, and Logan Cooley, and they made some other good moves to get some more young players. The question is, will some of their young players, including 11th overall pick from the last draft, Dylan Guenther, what will he do in Arizona this season? Of course, they have Connor Valmelka in goal for the Coyotes. And I believe that is all of the rest of the game. No, we don't. Sorry. The Washington Capitals will take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs ended up losing a big heartbreaker to the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal, and the Washington Capitals won their game that they played. Of course, with this Toronto team, they love to have this little weird streak of teams they love to beat, and then the teams they love to lose to. Montreal's one of the teams they don't like to win against. Of course, Alex Ovechkin, the captain of the Washington Capitals, is chasing histories. He's trying to break Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record this season. And the final game we were looking at today, or should I say, yes, we are. The final game we're looking at for this set of games, the Chicago Blackhawks had to take on another tough opponent. They're heading over to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights in T-Mobile Arena. Vegas is always looking to put on a show in their home arena, of course, with their new star, Jack Eichel, picked up from that trade, of course, with the Buffalo Sabres 2 seasons ago. It looks like Jack Eichel's first healthy full season in Vegas. What impact will he do? And of course, Vegas' new tandem goaltenders and Logan Thompson and Aiden Hill look like they're being good players in hockey. And of course, the Blackhawks lost a lot of pieces last year. They picked up a lot of role players because they wanted to get a really good pick in the draft this season. Of course, for that number 1 bid selection, which is generational talent, Connor Bedard. But with a lot of role players, you never know. They may end up having a season that they won't forget when maybe they make the playoffs or do better than what most people believe in. Anyway, we'll see you for whatever game I feel like doing first. I believe the first game I'll do is Ottawa and Buffalo. So I guess we'll see you in Buffalo for at the KeyBank Center for this game. Anyway, take care.